Good morning, coming to you from St. Simons Island, Georgia. It's a beautiful day, a little bit crisp this morning, low 50s, but it's going to be beautiful in the 70s today. I'm going to be reading from my book, Devotional for Disciples, Section 3, which I've called Growing in Righteousness. Section 2 was Practicing Our Righteousness. Section 1 was From Bankrupt to Spiritual Maturity, or The Stairway to Heaven. So Section 3, Day 1, that I've titled, Here Comes the Judge, and it's from Matthew 7, beginning in verse 1. Quote, "Do not judge so that you will not be judged, for in the way you judged, you will be judged. And by your standard of measure, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, and behold, the log is in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye." End of quote. Verse 1 is used to silence dissent, as well as to infringe on our right and our responsibility to govern the environment within the community of Christians we are relating to. Like so many other texts that are taken out of context, people stop with verse 1, never realizing verse 2 gives insight into what Jesus is saying in verse 1. The point Jesus was making was the way a person judges, not if that person is permitted to judge. In John chapter 7, verse 24, we find this, quote, "Do not judge according to appearance, but judge with righteous judgment." End of quote. Apparently, there is a righteous and unrighteous way to judge. Have you been hesitant to make a judgment because you were taught that was not Christian? The righteous way is to judge what is going on with us, to make sure we are seeing what we are seeing is really what is happening. I see Jesus saying, before we can deal with the issues or the specks in someone else's life, we better be sure we have dealt with our own issues or the logs in our eyes first. Hyperbole is on full display in what Jesus is saying. Could Jesus be saying the following? That log in your eye distorts what is in your brother's eye. Or, what you see in your brother's eye is really a small portion of what is in your eye. Or, how can you even see that speck in your brother's eye with that log in your eye? Or maybe something else. Notice, Jesus did not say the brother did not have a speck. How would he know whether the brother had a speck or not? In tomorrow's devotional, we will look at having heaven's value for knowing where to sow valuable things. If judgment was not allowed, how would you know how to evaluate the people you were thinking of sowing into? Amen. So, judging is okay as long as the judgments we make are righteous according to heaven's or God's standard. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, and I'll provide a link to bookbaby.com where you can get this Devotional for Disciples and the other 5 books that I've already self-published. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed, liked, commented, and shared these videos. And if you've not yet done any or all of those things, please do. The channel is growing, and I'm so very grateful. God bless. Peace in.